Hello and welcome back to another episode of Out of Mana, the video game podcast where we talk about games, consoles, and developers, old and new, along with some of the hottest gaming news and other various topics. I'm Garrett.
I'm Ben.
And we'll be your hosts this Sunday, December 6th, 2020.
And what we have this week especially is the awards.
Yeah, so the Game Awards are happening on, let's see here, it's Thursday, yes.
So it's this Thursday, yeah.
December 10th, 2020 on Thursday. You'll be able to watch it pretty much anywhere the stream, like YouTube, Twitch, the website itself, like the Game Awards website, at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. So 6:30 on the East Coast. I think it was 11:30 in London if you're in London listening to us right now. Appreciate it, but...
Yes, we do. So we're definitely going to be focusing quite heavily on that this episode and just talking about our ideas, our opinions, mostly opinion, and stuff like that about these awards because it's a big deal.
And on top of that, we're going to be talking about some games we've been playing, and then we're going to, in the second half of the episode, do a little bit of video game trivia.
We're going to throw some trivia at each other just to see how much we can trip each other up and then shame each other for not knowing.
Because honestly, it's apart from the Game Awards, it's a pretty slow news week, and we're still playing the same game, so we don't want to bore you talking about the same stuff again. So we're going to try to have a little bit more fun because this is the last week before Cyberpunk 2077 comes out.
Ooh.
And so...
Sends a shiver up the spine. A good one.
Have you pre-ordered it yet?
I have not. I'm getting it for the PC, so it doesn't even matter. I'm just gonna get a digital download. So
that's true.
I looked at pre-ordering it off of Amazon and just like, well, I'll get a case with a code in it. So I might as well just get the download off of whatever program's gonna offer it.
Yeah, that's Steam or whatever.
Yeah,
I pre-ordered it. I guess I got the PS4 physical.
You're actually
edition.
getting a physical edition, so I can see why.
I'm a little sad that it doesn't have a PS5 version right off the bat. But what's awesome is CD Projekt Red, the developers of the game, are releasing a free upgrade to next-gen consoles sometime next year.
So if you don't know, this is going to be kind of along the lines of the GTA 5, how GTA 5 went from PS3 to PS4, and you can suddenly go first person, the graphics were much better, and the NPCs were much smarter.
And the difference is you don't actually have to pay for it.
You don't have to pay for it.
GTA made you buy it again.
I think
again.
You did have to buy it for the next console. Yes,
yeah.
you did. Yes.
So
but if you had it for PC, it was automatically updated. You know.
That's true.
Not bragging or anything, but I had for PC.
Yeah, the nice thing about PC is like you kind of have unlimited limits. Like
if this were Hannah Montana, the best of both worlds right now.
You literally do. Yeah, that's the one thing I hate about consoles is you are limited to the hardware. Part of me likes that. Part of me doesn't like it.
It's the whole tribalism of the thing where you're limited to your tribe, which is the console you have. And, you know, depending on how volatile you are, you can get more into it. But you kind of only have the choice of what's on the console. And
I do love, like, the idealism of the PC, how you can build it however you want. You can mod it. You can change it throughout the generation. The only thing I don't like is sometimes games just don't work. And that really frustrates me.
It's the port system, which means if it's made for a console, it's made for a console. It's going to play better. Saints Row 2 is a good example of that. It did not port well to the PC.
Oh, really?
As opposed to, some other games that are a lot better on the PC, play a lot better on the PC, and then you get them on console and you're like, I preferred it on the PC.
Yeah, my biggest experience with this is basically with Xbox Game Pass for PC.
Yep.
There were some games that came out on there that were obviously designed and made for consoles, and so I tried to play it on the PC, and it just wasn't optimized for it yet. It just simply was not. So unless you have a super beast computer that can just... I mean, I may be making that up. I don't even know if that's true, but it seemed like my computer, which was within limits, was having trouble with it when it should not have been having trouble at all.
It just depends on the hardware and the problems that are being caused. Like it can just be for the system, it can be the software. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, for me it was Monster Hunter World. I was all excited about it, and then I opened up the game and it was like freezing every 3 seconds. I'm like, okay, my computer definitely had all the requirements for this. Plus the game had been out for a while, so question mark. I think what happened is I think it was Iceborne, the expansion that came out for it.
Okay.
That wasn't ready yet.
Expansion packs, we'll do that.
And so it wasn't optimized yet, and I just returned it back to Steam.
I remember when the Shivering Isles first came out for Oblivion, I of course bought it for the PC, and I had a lot of crashing issues with that. A lot of freezes and crashing issues.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Monster Hunter, on the other hand, I haven't played it since the PSP, so
Oh,
I don't think I ever will again. So I'm good. I'm good on that.
I was just kind of I was just seeing a lot about it online. A lot of people I knew were playing it, and I just want to get in on the action.
It came back with it came back really well, and again, the PSP was enough for me. I experienced it on that little thing, and I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
The other two were Outer Worlds, unfortunately.
Oh yeah,
It had just come out, and
on
so,
the PC.
Yeah.
Okay, because I guess I played it a long time after.
About a year later.
Beautifully.
I was gonna say, I'm sure if I went back and played it, it would be fine now. But I'm kind of over it at this point. And then the third one was Ori and the Will the Wisps.
Really, Ori?
The second game,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
the new one. And I was super excited about it, but it just was not running well. So these are all games I want to go back to eventually because they're all really great games. I just didn't, I have my PC. It was built. I spent a lot of money on it, and it's not working for half the games I want to play.
What I had the experience of is I played a lot of the Elder Scrolls games originally on consoles, and then I played them on the PC, and I enjoyed them much more on the PC.
Well, especially for those games because the customization.
It was the customization, yes, but the base game itself. Because after Morrowind, I set myself a hard rule not to over mod the game. Because child me learned a hard lesson with that because I just changed the game so much, including some things I shouldn't have seen. But I found out that playing the vanilla game originally and then modding it after you had played enough of the game to kind of enjoy the base game,
so it doesn't ruin the experience for you.
Maybe barring a few here and there improvements that might make gameplay a little better, or maybe just make the graphics a little better without changing them drastically. But I found the PC experiences of those games, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, both more pleasurable on the PC. Those were positive experiences, at least in that regard.
And Bethesda's really good about that. Because
Bethesda tends to be pretty good.
Their games are made for PC, I believe.
And that also goes for Fallout too, actually. Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. As buggy as those two were, infamously, I had a much better experience on the PC than I did the consoles.
So apart from that, anyways, back on topic. Sorry, huge tangent there. The Game Awards, yes. So this is hosted by Jeff Keighley. He's kind of like a big journalist guy in the games industry. He's been doing this stuff for a long time.
Those big guys, yep.
So the one that everyone cares about is Game of the Year.
Yep.
And so the candidates this year are...
It's getting pretty spicy too, so here we go.
We got Doom Eternal,
Final Fantasy VII, the remake,
Ghost of Tsushima,
and we have, of course, Hades.
That's my pick, by the way. Assassin's Creed, or not Assassin's. Look at this list. Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
Of course, Animal Crossing made the list. Will they make beyond that? I doubt it. And then, of course,
then the Emmy winner, The Last of Us Part 2.
So you of course have the Oscar bait Last of Us, which very good game. I have not played it yet. I have heard some people who have played it. People who even weren't a fan of the original Last of Us have liked this game a lot more. So this game is a strong contender, and of course it is.
And what's crazy is I haven't played it yet, because I saved the first game until a long time, basically. Like, I didn't play it for a long time, and then... I mean, you remember. I tried to play it 3 times, and I couldn't get past the first 3 hours because I was getting bored.
And this new game has had some strong criticism because of what happens in the first 20 to 30 minutes of the gameplay. I've not played it. I only know that it is very drastic, and a lot of people hated it. But again, a lot of people who weren't even fans of the series originally love this game. So it is a very strong contender, and more than likely is probably going to be in the last top 3.
Yeah, I have managed to avoid all spoilers for the game, which is incredible because they lurk in the comments of anywhere.
You can't even call your mother without hearing a spoiler.
I was going to say, I'm almost afraid to watch the Game Awards because they're going to make some joke about the spoiler that I already,
Oh yeah, when like the atom is split or something in the first 30 minutes, and then all the creation is destroyed. Who knows?
That's what they act like. It was that drastic.
The entropic era begins, and like all of reality falls apart. Who knows?
So those are the 6 nominees for Game of the Year 2020. So Ben and I were kind of talking before the show which top 3 we think it's going to be down to.
So let's kind of do the old fashioned. Which ones aren't going to make the top 3?
Okay, yeah.
So Final Fantasy VII is not going to.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy VII. It's a classic game. I enjoyed it. This is nothing personal. honestly, I don't really think it should have made the list. I think there were other games that were more deserving than Final Fantasy VII, but I don't think it's going to make the final top 3.
So, from what I've heard about it, I never played it, and I was hovering over this game so many times on the PlayStation Store, like, okay, I'm going to buy it, and then it went on sale. I'm like, okay, this is the time to buy it, and I never did, because I had enough people tell me that, yeah, the game was beautiful, yes, the music was amazing, blah, 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 blah.
Final Fantasy VII, it's literally one of the most classic Final Fantasies you have.
Yeah, and it's gorgeous. I mean, it is the latest Final Fantasy
A lot
game.
of people, like, you can go through an entire crowd of people and say, hey, what was your first Final Fantasy game? And they're going to say Final Fantasy VII. They will. That's like 9 out of 10 people are going to say that was their first game.
And yeah, their
Final
first
Fantasy
game
basically didn't exist before 7 for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a lot of people's favorite game of all time.
It really is, and for good reason, for sure.
But a lot of people said that between the combat and just the pace of the game really, really ruined it for them, because apparently there's a lot of parts in the game where it just drags you away and you're forced to do this stuff that you really don't want to do.
It's an old game, and the remake, I don't think, polished a lot of that up a lot.
So what they did is they have... It's a remake in a sense where they follow it, but they also made their own liberties in some areas.
Okay, I didn't actually play it, so what did they... I've only played the original, so what did they do?
Okay, I've never played the original, so we're on opposite ends of the spectrum here. They just kind of redid the story a little bit. So it follows the general timeline, but then apparently at the end they changed stuff. I don't know, because I avoided spoilers.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this has since changed since I last heard, but didn't they cut it off at a certain point? Like, you have to wait for the rest of it to come along?
Oh, yeah. This is in question mark how many parts.
Yeah. Okay, so that was one thing I heard, and that immediately stopped me from buying it. Because I'm sorry, this isn't a soap opera. I'm not tuning in next week. If I'm buying a game, I want the game.
What's the name of the first area that you're in again?
I don't remember.
So it basically just covers the first section of the game. Like
that's it?
Yeah. That city that you're in.
Do you... Okay, I don't want to... Because you might play it eventually. I'm not going to say anything spoilers. But yeah, it's in parts. Okay, so that's kind of silly.
People are thinking it's either going to be in 3 parts. I think my guess is 3 parts. They're going to break it up into 3 parts.
Okay, I mean that's very Hobbity, sure.
Yes, and who knows if this is going to work out for him.
They somehow made this list.
How long can they drag this out?
They somehow made this list. I'm sorry, I will repeat. How did this get on the list? Final Fantasy VII is a great game. I loved it, and the remake looks fantastic, but it obviously has these issues as we just mentioned. Mm-hmm. How did it make the list?
I think just because it's such a cultural thing.
I guess.
Like, it is the greatest game of all time, remade in the most beautiful way possible.
Like, Doom Eternal I can see making the list. Miles Morales I can see making the list. Of course, all the others making the list. Even Animal Crossing, which a lot of people are probably rolling their eyes at if they don't play. I just don't see how Final Fantasy VII did it. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, there were other titles, too, that I feel like were a little more deserving than Final Fantasy VII was.
Yeah, I'd say it is.
I would dare say that's probably even been a bit of a drama as well.
I think this is the weakest canon on the list, so I think we can cross that one out. I think enough people had enough criticisms. I don't even think it reviewed that well.
Yeah.
From what I saw,
I think there's a little bit of something in the background going on that got this on the list, because honestly, I don't see how it fairly got on the list.
Says the 2 people who haven't even played the game yet. So
this is a third-person observer looking at something objectively. There is no bias whatsoever for my opinion. I'm objectively looking at that, and I'm saying why.
Yeah, I could definitely see other games. Okay, anyways, speaking about Doom Eternal, you played some of it, right?
I did. I enjoyed it was good. It was very good. Because the Doom reboot, I would say, has been excellent.
Yeah, the 2018 Doom was a lot of fun.
Excellent. Very, 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 very good. And then Doom Eternal comes along, and they do it better. I mean, how can you make something better that's already great? They did it.
And what's interesting is we have 2 franchises on here that are some people's first games. Like,
exactly.
So you've got Doom. That was a lot of people's
Doom
first.
Doom is an incredibly... I mean, Doom is a game changer. Like, that is... When you look in the annals of video game history, Doom is a big pillar in that history line. Mm-hmm. So, completely, yes. This is a great series. It has a lot of greatness behind it, I'll say. And Doom Eternal is great. It's a very good game. It deserves to be on this list.
It definitely deserves to be on the list. I agree. I think the reason it's not going to win, obviously, is because at the end of the day, it's just a shoot 'em up.
I'm inclined. So as someone who literally just basically said, I love this game, I love the hell out of this game, I'm inclined to agree. I don't think Doom Eternal is going to win. I think Doom Eternal is a nomination game, and it's nothing against the quality of it. It's nothing against honestly anything about the game. It's just it's not Oscar baity enough. I don't think it's going to win. I don't think
they didn't do enough out of the box to make it stand out.
It's not even any of that. I would say it's the type of game that people don't look at and say this deserves to be game of the year. But who knows?
Yeah. So we cross off Doom, we cross off Final Fantasy. That leaves Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and The Last of Us Part 2.
So I'm gonna say Animal Crossing is gonna be the next one to not be in the top 3.
You think so?
I think so.
I might have to disagree with you on that one because I think it made such a cultural impact at the time that it came out that it almost has to be considered, despite the fact
sales-wise, I completely agree.
Yeah, I mean, it did really amazing. Tons of people played it. A lot of people enjoyed it. The one thing I say is that even though a lot of people played it, I know it's not a perfect game. And I know it didn't do anything like that extraordinary. So I could see how, because, I mean, like, Last of Us Part 2 is,
So, Animal Crossing, to me, is a little bit of a quick burner. And I think if you ask a lot of the population who purchased it, they're going to more or less say the same thing.
They played it for maybe 2 months.
They played it for maybe 1 month, 2 months, maybe 3 months. And that's kind of your average person's lifespan for a game. Is they play it for a long time, they might get really into it, they might not. And then they put it down. The thing with Animal Crossing is, like we have mentioned in previous episodes, it came out at the right time.
Yep.
It almost came out too perfectly, and that helped its sales immensely. It is a very good game. It's nothing about the quality of the game. It's very good. It's very fun. It's very classically Animal Crossing amusing.
Very charming.
It has all the things you want from a classic Animal Crossing game. And the thing is this is what a lot of people did with the previous Animal Crossings. They play them, then they put them down. They're not blown away. They're not laying in bed at night thinking, gee, that was a life changer for me. Like, man, that villager, or man, that new piece of furniture with the blossom theme.
You're kind of right on that.
So, I don't think it's a game of the year contender. Sales-wise, yes. Publicly reaction and like you said with Doom, out of the boxness. No, so, I don't think it's going to be a top 3.
So something I should mention is that the people who are voting for this are journalists, basically.
Of course.
So it's a collection of like all the biggest journalism from all around the world. So we have to think about this from a journalist perspective. Yes. And usually the games that win this are ones that have done something that's new.
Out
something
of the box,
that's amazing,
or just incredibly heart-touching to the point where they can't sleep at night.
Like
Last of Us.
Last year was Sekiro, actually. Yep. Sekiro won. And I forget what else was on that list, but a lot of people probably would have picked other games apart from that.
Usually the ones that win these games are emotional tuggers. Ones that just blow the genre out of the water.
Yep.
Or a combination of that with a little bit of heavy marketing and sales onto it.
Yeah, because I know another one that people care about is IGN's Game of the Year.
Yep.
So the Game Awards and IGN, those are the 2 big Game of the Years.
Yep.
And like last year, IGN voted for Control.
Yeah, which was...
No one heard of Control.
No one's played it.
No one's played it because they had no marketing on it.
But if you haven't played Control and you've seen it and thought about it, honestly, give it a try. It's really good. It's really weird.
It's cool.
It's like playing a movie, like a really weird psychological thriller movie.
Yep.
With all of the cool aspects of it. So yes, that game won. IGN's pick, at least, because it deserved it, and that was a very good pick in my opinion. They picked a game that wasn't critically and publicly acclaimed because it deserved to be picked, and no one was paying attention to it.
Yeah, and that's how it works sometimes.
So good for them. And in that regard, I'm full onto it. I don't think a game needs to sell well to get awards.
And that leads us to our last 3, because some of these are so. Just out of the box, The Last of Us Part 2, that's made by Naughty Dog.
Yep.
This is like a AAA, quadruple A quality. Like
this is as shiny gift wrapped as you can get.
Think Avengers Endgame. Like this is the movie that everyone watched and everyone loves.
Everyone's like grandmothers were waiting to die to play this game. Like they were. I mean, this game has been well anticipated, and again, it had some rocky start because this game literally did something people didn't consider would happen. Mm-hmm. But it's good. People are loving it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. I'm pretty sure it is a through and through. It's a masterpiece of a game.
Yep.
The gameplay, the storytelling. Naughty Dog's amazing storytelling.
Of course.
Where they've got. I mean, The Last of
Their
Us.
character development, their themes, their emotional turmoil is always on point, and they've apparently struck it out of the park this time.
Yeah, because they do the Uncharted games.
Yes, they do,
and they've been doing this for a while now. So they're kind of masters of amazing storytelling kind of stuff. And then we got Ghost of Tsushima, which is by Sucker Punch.
Which is by Sucker Punch, who honestly is kind of a... I mean, personally, if you were to say who is going to make a great game in 2020, I wouldn't say Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is known for Sly Cooper, ancient history basically.
Yep.
And what is it? Infamous?
Infamous, yeah.
And that's it. I mean, unless I'm forgetting a game or missing one, like that's it.
Unless it's one of those like early no-name games that no one really
So this
cares
is nothing
about.
against them. It's just I'm surprised. I'm very surprised that they made a game like this, because Ghost of Tsushima looks like a masterpiece. It looks really good.
Yeah, it reviewed really well. I know everyone who played it really liked it.
Yeah.
Apparently the combat system is really good in it.
It looks like buttery smooth. Like you can sleep on that. That's nice.
It was it's an open world game.
Yep.
It's based in like feudal Japan. So everyone loves this
It's
era.
a very attractive setting.
It's what everyone has been asking for, but no one has been doing it.
Anyone who's watched Inuyasha is stoked over this game.
It's the game that Assassin's Creed should have done like 5 years ago. Like,
honestly,
everyone's like, why haven't you done Japan yet, Assassin's Creed?
So
why?
I've said this before.
Why?
Valhalla, very good setting, very cool, looks very cool. They've missed the Viking boat. So why didn't they go to Japan? I mean, anywhere.
Maybe they knew that this kind of game was coming out. And they didn't want to go alongside Ghost of Tsushima like within months.
Yeah,
they might. But then again, like Vikings.
Again,
it's tired.
It's, dude, 12 years ago. I mean, maybe that's too long. I'll just say 8 years ago, Vikings would have been on point, because you had Skyrim come out and then Viking crazy.
Everything after Skyrim, I was like,
all the people naming their dogs Loki, Thor. I mean, those dogs are now passing away from old age.
You're not wrong.
So Valhalla is, I just feel like it could have been a little more of a fresh setting. Feudal Japan would have been kind of more interesting, but that's kind of a jump, I guess. You had Greece, you had Egypt. Jumping to Japan, I guess, would have been a little jumpy, but Valhalla looks really cool, and I've got to say,
it's been a lot of fun.
Once you hit England in that game, it looks like it really opens up.
So since we're on the topic, I may as well just say it's what I've been playing for the past week, because I'm trying to get through it.
You're plowing through it
before Cyberpunk comes out, which
no luck.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
I have put in 26 hours. I am power level 90, and some of the areas in the game you have to be like 280. So
jeez,
just the math alone.
Yeah,
I'm going to be at least 80 hours before I even get to that.
Yeah.
I only have 2 days off a week, so question mark, how's this going to happen?
Yeah, tell me about it.
So I don't know. I'm just trying to. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The more the one thing I will say about Valhalla is the more I play it, the more fun I'm having, because I'm progressing in the story. I'm starting to like the characters more. Eivor is really, the main character is really growing on me.
Eivor, but you're male Eivor, not female Eivor.
I am male Eivor. I am curious now. I almost wish I would have picked the option where it switches between the male and female, because it would have been interesting.
But how do you feel about what's her name in real world time?
Oh,
like Miss Aggressive. I have a stick up my ass all the way, poking in my mouth.
I haven't gone back.
The one
yet.
who runs like she just took like an entire bottle of pills and is trying to find somewhere to die like an animal.
I haven't gone out of the animus again.
Thank God.
I'm sure it'll force me in like another 30 hours.
Thank God.
I hate how it does that. I really do.
So I'm just gonna say, just remove the animus thing. I mean, come on.
I feel like they're forced to at this point
You've
because
deviated so far from the original Assassin's Creed at this point. Why are you still pulling the animus thing? I mean, none of your players care about the real world turmoil. Like, they just want to play the past.
There's probably like 50 total people in the entire world that actually care about the whole...
Okay, what was that?
What just happened?
Either the Hindenburg was coming in for a very heavy landing, Hindenburg 2, I guess, or foghorn?
We are so sorry about that. Oh my god, it was like a foghorn. It was like, are we in the ocean right now?
So we're both wearing headphones right now, and we heard that very clearly.
Anyways,
what were we talking about? The Animus, Eivor.
Anyways, yes. Valhalla. I'm still playing Valhalla. I'm gonna keep playing it until Cyberpunk comes out. What sucks is I know the instant I step away from that game, it's game over. Like, I'm not going back to it.
It's gonna be the Witcher 3 thing. Yeah.
Yep, the Witcher 3 symptom. You step away and you come back and you're like, what was I doing?
Oh yeah, look at all these question marks. Ooh.
The only difference is that Assassin's Creed is a lot easier to hop back into because the controls aren't confusing. So you don't have to, it's not like Witcher where you have to worry about, I have 4 different kind of spells and I have all these potions I have to make.
You have to learn how to do like your Russian spin dance again, spinning your sword and jumping around like a leapfrog.
Yeah, it's much easier than that. So, okay. Hades, the next game.
So, yeah, I mean, we might as well propose to Hades at this point. I know. We love Hades. Hades is great. Haley Spoilercast, blah, blah, blah. Hades deserves to be on this list. It really does.
It really, really does, because I have not played a game in years that's gotten me hooked in within the first, like, 2 minutes.
And it's weird, because the game doesn't have a direct hook. Like, you don't jump in the game and it's like, it gives you something really dramatic that, like, pulls you in.
Mm-hmm.
The game just you kind of just slide into it very naturally, very nicely, and very, very funly.
Okay, so remember how on the last if you listen to the last episode, we were talking about how Baldur's Gate had that classic, I'm on a ship and I'm a prisoner and now I crashed. This is we were talking about you open the game, you click like new game, and you're just there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't tell you anything, and you just, okay, well, I guess I go down this hallway, and I guess
You basically walk in, and your character's like, I want to leave home. And Hades is like, no, you won't. And then you're like, yeah, well, I'm going to leave anyway. Screw you. Screw you, Dad.
That actually doesn't happen until you die first.
Is it after the first death that happens?
Yeah. You literally start the game, and it's like your first attempt. So you just walk out.
You know, you're right, dude, yeah.
And you just go as far as you can until you die, and then you learn about the game. So
because when I first played, I was like doing so many unnecessary things. I was like, oh, this is important. This means something. I've got to like destroy all of these things because I can.
Yeah.
And then you learn that was just your first attempt.
Yeah. Oh, man. And that's what got me hooked. I'm like, this isn't following some kind of cookie cutter start. And because I respected the developers right off the bat for that. And it made me want to complete the rest of their game.
So when we mentioned earlier, like, genre busting games, like games that deserve to be nominated and much less win, are games that tend to take their genre and blow them apart and say, this is what we're doing with this. Hades does that. Like, we've mentioned this before, but if you're a new listener, Hades is a roguelike that's not very roguelike.
Mm-hmm.
It takes the experience of it with a very Binding of Isaac twist, but it twists that mofo the other way around, and it says, we're going to take all of these mechanics and make them better, make them more fun, make them make sense, and make them dynamic in this weirdly convoluted story we have.
And it works out perfectly.
It works out beautifully. Like, not even Days of Our Lives or General Hospital could hope to ever have such a convoluted, weird story. It is great.
I want to say that this is going to win. I have this gut feeling that enough of the journalists are going to rally together and decide, you know what? The Last of Us 2 is amazing, but it is Naughty Dog. We already expected this.
Yep.
We expected them to do this.
So when I say Oscar bait,
yeah,
Last of Us is kind of Oscar baity. This is nothing against the writing of the game, but it features a lot of very classic scenes, especially the infamous ones, that have moments that would be considered Oscar baity. You know, there's no HIV or cancer deaths. There's no one crying in a hospital or crying at the war memorial, but they might as well. I mean, Last of Us. The reason Last of Us is on this game is because it's good, but because of course it's on this list.
It has to be. Yeah.
It has to be. It not only is it a triple, quadrillion A game, but it's made to win.
Yeah, it's one of the, like I said earlier, it's an Avengers Endgame. It got the biggest budget possible. Sony was like, here you go, Naughty Dog. You can have as long as you want, and you can have as much money as you want. I don't know. Again, I haven't played it, and I feel bad because I haven't played, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't played any of these games except Hades. Like, legit. I've read a lot about them. I've watched a lot about them because I like, we're into games. We like to be up to date.
So in this case, I played a little more, but yes, neither of us have played Last of Us 2.
Mm-hmm.
We're just saying that this game is on the list for a reason, and it's probably, I'm going to say it's probably going to win. So right now we're mentioning the top 3.
Yeah.
We talked about the ones we didn't think would win, but right now we're saying Hades,
yep,
Ghost of Tsushima, and The Last of Us 2 are more or less going to be the top 3 contenders.
So go ahead and say it. Who do you think will win?
I'm going to say I think Last of Us is going to win. I do think it's going to win. What I want, I personally think Hades and Ghost of Tsushima are going to have like the personal little battle, because those two are the more underdogs, I guess, of the fight.
They really are. I mean, no one saw Sucker Punch. Like, first of all, they didn't even expect Sucker Punch.
Who the hell is Sucker Punch except Sly Cooper? Which, what are we, jumping back to 20 years?
Yeah.
So Sucker Punch made Ghost of Tsushima, which is very good. It had a very good intro. We all remember the cherry blossoms. Very good. And Hades, as we just said, is a genre-busting, awesome-ass game. Very good.
Yeah.
But Last of Us 2...
It's like you're watching a movie. It's like
I'm sorry. It's basically... It's Gone with the Wind. It's The Wizard of Oz. It's whatever you want to call it. A Star is Born. Like, this game is cemented. It is made to win. And it's not made specifically to win, but it's a good game. It's nothing against the game's quality, but it's an Oscar bait. It's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
I think
they won't, but I think it will.
I think there's gonna be enough rallying around Hades.
Yeah.
Because the only reason I say that is because there was no controversy over Hades.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw a single negative thing about Hades.
Hades slid clean and nicely. Like if this was one of those Canadian ice sliding games, whatever the hell they call that sport, 10 out of 10 score.
Now I'm trying to remember what that game's called. We can get this. It's not shuffleboard, no.
It's shuffleboard. what the geriatrics play on cruises. I don't remember, dude.
Okay.
I don't remember.
That's gonna kill me later.
Hades had a beautiful introduction. I mean, did Ghost of Tsushima have any problems? Like, pray tell?
Okay, so I don't think so. I know it didn't get a 10 out of 10. I mean, neither did Hades. Hades didn't get a 10 out of 10. But you don't have to get a 10 out of 10 to win.
No, of course not.
That's the thing, is like...
But The Last of Us 2 got a 10 out of a 10.
It did, yeah. So it is a masterpiece.
Of course. I mean, if there was a band to be struck up, it would strike up right now.
But the thing is buggy games can be amazing games. It doesn't have to be a beautiful, polished game to be something you play for 3 years straight. I mean, people are still playing World of Warcraft, aren't they?
Let's just take a sidewind. Who do you think IGN is picking?
I bet IGN picks Hades.
I agree. IGN, as we mentioned, Control, which nobody had ever heard of. Like, nobody had. Mm-hmm. I asked some of my friends who play games basically in their sleep. And they're like, Control, I never got a chance to play that. And it's like, of course not. Mm-hmm. But it won. Maybe IGN will pick something. I mean, they don't tend to pick the top of their ranks. But in this particular contest, I think the bait's going to go. But we'll see.
We'll see. We can watch on December 10th at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. The Game Awards. Be there, be square. Okay, yep. So on top of that,
be there, be square. I knew you were gonna say that.
So what's awesome about the Game Awards nowadays, especially since it's been a bigger thing. I think he's been doing this for like 6 years now. It was really small. It used to be like, a couple, like 100,000 people watched it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now it's like 50 plus million people are watching
It
this.
is. It went from being just like a little additive on a game case to like a big damn deal.
So now what's awesome about the Game Awards is it's almost like a little mini press conference where there is a bunch of game reveals. There are cool guests and announcers. They're getting a lot of cool announcers this year.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm looking at the list from on Twitter, and I mean, there's like sports announcers, there's actresses, there's a
Esports basically opened the door for like the whole sports announcer thing to come into play.
yeah. So they've got huge people coming in.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see who's going to be announcing their new games or expansions or whatever.
There's gonna be some cool stuff along with the all awaited announcement of who's gonna win. So this is gonna be a good show.
So right off the bat, what do you want to see? Like who do you want? Which developer do you want to reveal either more information about a game or a brand new IP or etc.?
Well, I'm always a Bethesda person.
Okay.
I really want to see more from Bethesda, especially they have their new IP,
Yeah.
and
Starfield, I think.
they also have the new TS game, which is it's not going to come out anytime soon, but I would love to know more about it. You know, I think about it, but I'm also very curious about the new Fable.
Oh, true.
We only had a teaser about it, and as someone, you know, I had discussed in previous videos that I really enjoyed Fable. I'm a big Fable fanboy, and I've been hurt. I've hated Peter Molyneux just like most other Fable fans, but I'm still holding out a little bit of hope. I'm like Bonnie Tyler. I'm holding out for a hero in this case. I want to know, is this going to be a good Fable? So I would love some Fable news.
You know what? I think we are going to see some Bethesda news, mainly because we haven't heard anything much from Bethesda since the acquisition from Microsoft. So I think this would be a great time for Microsoft to be like, hey, go get our new console. Like, remember we got Bethesda, and guess what's coming?
Yeah.
Just for Xbox.
So what do you think, Garrett? Who do you think? Who do you want? Like, same question. Same question.
Obviously I want to see Bethesda as well. Fable would be awesome, actually. Now that you mentioned it, I would love to see that. But for me, there's like a couple small things that would make me excited, even if I don't plan on playing them. One of them is Elden Ring.
Oh yeah.
So I want to know more about Elden Ring because, like, you know, I'm not a huge Dark Souls guy, but I am really curious by the developers.
A lot of people are going to be hoping for that. You're correct completely.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Game Awards is where we heard about Elden Ring last time. I could be totally wrong, but I feel like that's where we heard it from last time.
This would be a really cool time. Yeah, dude. That'd be awesome.
I'd also love to see more Final Fantasy 16, even though we're probably not going to see it because they.
Yeah.
A couple months ago,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's far out in the future. Let's see here.
There's also the new Resident Evil as well, right?
Oh yeah, Resident Evil 8, right?
Yeah, because I mean, you mentioned Elden Ring, and that made me think of Resident Evil 2.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool to see some of the new Resident Evil. You know, some of the what looked like Resident Evil 4, but it's not. I'd be very cool to see that.
But Capcom's been kind of like rolling those out. So
yeah,
I would almost be surprised to see like even the next thing.
I'm gonna be like
the next
I'm gonna be riding on both of them. I'm gonna be saying Capcom is constantly rolling things out, but I would be kind of surprised they didn't announce anything. We'll see.
Let's see here. What else? That's kind of all that comes to mind. I'm sure there's
maybe more 007. You know, we did talk a lot about 007 in our last episode.
This would be a good idea.
So maybe some more. But I honestly have no lead on that, so I'm gonna say that's unlikely. But who knows? Maybe.
And if you're into like games as a service or continuous games such as Fortnite, Apex Legends, they always announce some kind of new expansion or some kind of bonus thing.
If you are into those games, you are more than likely gonna have your mouth filled with some good juicy food. Because they will have something.
Speaking of that, Fortnite just started its newest season.
Yes, they did, and they introduced our favorite boy.
Oh, they did.
And in a very controversial fashion, as anyone has probably heard, even people who aren't into video games have probably heard this by now. But they introduced our favorite God of War boy, and he does a fun little dance.
Yeah, so they released a Kratos skin.
Yep.
So Fortnite did this whole thing. Let me back up. So Fortnite had another one of their big live events kind of thing. And I didn't follow this season very much, or the last season, I should say. I think it was season 4.
Wasn't the last season Marvel?
Yeah, it was all Marvel stuff. And the big thing was there was Galactus. He's like the World Eater or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he finally gets to Fortnite land. I don't know if it's Earth or not.
He eats the world or whatever he does.
So I played it. You know, I hopped on to check it out because I
Did he eat the world?
Well, he didn't eat it, but like he
So
it was
so
really
I can't even
cool.
have my fetish fulfilled. What's the point?
So he comes. You can like see his like head coming up over the horizon, and
The horizon.
and he gets closer and closer.
So he's also Travis Scott.
I mean, it was one of those kind of events, but he just got closer and closer, and then he just like massive. And I gotta admit, it was really, really cool to see him like hovering over, because he's like bigger than World. You know what I mean? He's like giant.
Okay.
So he like appears, and I guess the whole thing is there's this thing called the 0 point, and the agency or whatever is like protecting it, and he's
Agents
trying
of
to
Shield, of course. Yeah.
No, not Agents of Shield. Actually, it's
What?
like the agents. I don't know. It's the whole Fortnite thing. Anyways, he's trying to
it's
steal.
Fortnite. It's Fortnite,
He's trying to
of course.
steal for power, and your job is to stop him. And so it starts off with like,
Do you actually get to battle him?
yeah,
Oh, that's sick. Okay.
yeah, okay. So that's what's cool. And
I haven't seen any of this. So this is all new to me. So excuse my candor.
So you start off on like this giant flying airship thing with
Mm-hmm.
like you and 100 other people in that instance.
Do you have to like traverse the treacherous landscapes of his world-like head?
So he comes up, he threatens you, and he's like, "Beware!" Blah blah blah.
Beware! Return the slab.
like,
or suffer my curse.
I hunger. And then he like slowly pulls his hand back and he slaps the air carrier and it explodes.
Wait. He's the size of a world, and his hand slaps the air carrier.
Okay, he's big. Okay, he's just big.
Okay, because if he was the size of the world, like that would just rip the planet apart. Like the gravitational force would rip. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be pedantic, but what?
He's all you see is like his torso. He's like obviously hovering in space and like he's massive. Anyways, so he blows it up. Then you're flying in space, and then Iron Man's like, "Hey, looks like you need a jetpack."
Oh, Iron Man.
So he's kind of like the main character of this thing. So he throws you a jetpack, and you're floating there, and you're like watching him get the 0 point thing. And then Iron Man does this like stuff where he pulls you into a new dimension, and he's like, "So I warped your reality, and I also made like 1 million copies of a battle bus, and I turned it into a bomb." And so you basically get to drive this battle bus, which
Ooh,
has,
is this the final mission? Is this like your final hurrah?
it is.
Is this like the last of your tribe? Like you get to go and like Island of Dolphins, like just go?
So you get to drive the battle bus, and it's basically like a ship. So you Galactus has all these like attack drones coming at you, and it's basically like a classic almost Star Fox like,
Okay.
or like
I like that.
maybe Star Wars kind of situation.
That's
where
neat.
they're coming at you, and you're basically firing your lasers at them and blowing them up.
That's neat.
And eventually you get to him. So let me remember what happens. Oh yeah, Thor launches you towards him.
Like the elderly dog Thor that passes away soon after.
No, not everyone's favorite dog. The actual Thor. He like swings his hammer and he launches you up towards Galactus.
So I'm sorry to deviate really quick. Is this kind of like you said Star Fox? Does it do the Andros fight too? Like the final fight? Like is that similar style where it's like a floating head?
No, not quite.
Okay. Sorry, I had to ask.
It's just what I thought of.
Okay, go on.
So then he launches you up towards like Galactus, and you start traveling up his arm, and then that is like straight up Star Wars, where you're like in the trench of his arm.
Of his arm.
Yeah, and so you're traveling up his arm.
He's got some serious wrinkles.
I know. And there's all the attack drones, and then it was honestly a lot of fun. You know, Iron Man's making all these quips and he's making jokes. It's like, bad news, I think Galactus wants to kill you. Or no, he's like, bad news, Galactus definitely sees you right now, or whatever. Good news, I got the stereo working. And so like it starts blasting like this AC/DC song, and so you're just like,
AC/DC.
I
I'm
know.
surprised.
and so it's
I'm
playing
surprised this wasn't like some poppy teeny bopper stuff.
I know. It was a lot of fun. It was playing the music, and you're just killing attack drones, and you're traveling up, and then eventually Wolverine hops on there.
Wolverine, you get him on there too?
I know.
Cool, dude.
So he hops on the hood, and then he like slashes through some drones, and then basically Galactus finally falls for the bait and like sucks all the buses in.
Sucks all the buses in.
Yes, he like gets hungry and he wants to eat them all.
Hungry hippo, like he sucks all the buses in with his like little puckered mouth. Like, banana?
And he's like, no, this can't be. And then he explodes.
And then he explodes.
And then that's pretty much it. And then it goes black for a while. And then I think there was some kind of little cutscene thingy.
And then the entropic era and everything's in chaos.
And then it says Fortnite Season 5 starting in 8 hours.
Oh shit.
So it was actually really cool. So they
Okay.
basically announced their new season. It's like, and it's happening in 8.5 hours. And it was, no, you can't play the game during that time. So it's just like the
They-
hype level is like, oh my
Okay.
god.
So-
it was they're really good at this.
We can all say anything we want about Fortnite, you know, only kids play it, blah 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 blah. That was good.
Epic.
That was good. So
Epic has done a really
so
good job.
I'm not all my reaction is not just like fueled by like, oh, I'm doing this to get note. Like, I mean, dude, that sounds cool. It sounds really cool.
It was a lot of fun.
And judging by that finale right there, it sounds like it landed very well.
So, knowing me, I'm probably going to hop back into Fortnite again, like casually, and play through it. And then I'll drop off. And then at the end of the season again, I'll hop in for the world event and experience it.
It's just weird. I felt like the Marvel season just started.
It did go pretty quick.
Because I felt like we were fleeing the California fires and Marvel was just starting. And now it's over?
So the Fortnite seasons are only about like 3 months.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not a Fortnite player, so excuse my
I was going to say,
stupidity.
I think I started playing Fortnite early this year. And that was when it switched over to like chapter 2 or whatever. So I don't know. It's gone through multiple seasons since I started playing this year.
What about Travis Scott? When is he coming back?
I hope he comes back.
I want him to be the world eater.
He could have been. I kind of wish they would have made him like a boss, but I guess it'd be kind of controversial. Like
When I
hey,
first
look,
heard
we're killing Travis Scott.
about that, like I thought he was a boss. Like I watched some of the videos, I was like, oh, he's a boss battle. It was sick. And then it was just a show.
Yeah. I mean, I still thought that was amazing.
No.
Yeah.
Nothing against it. I just thought it was a boss battle because I was watching. I was like, whoa, this looks so cool. He's like world leader. I don't know what to call him, world leader. And yeah, then it was just a show.
So for the new Fortnite season, have you only seen the Kratos thing?
I don't play Fortnite, so yes.
Okay, I just thought so this one is all about like basically things are happening. The 0 point was like activated or something, and things are going wrong.
And so Kratos comes back wrong.
I don't why Kratos is here.
I'm sorry, I'm speaking the mind of many people who do not like Kratos being in Fortnite.
So there's like an agent guy, and he's like, I don't know, part of the canon story. And so his job is to bring in all these bounty hunters to like stop the chaos while the 0 point is going on.
The chaos.
And so
The chaos crystals, or are we gonna get like the
Chaos
emeralds?
Knuckles is here.
Knuckles with like Pumpkin Hill.
So bunch of bounty hunters.
Okay.
Guess who is the
Oh no.
star feature?
No. I know.
Yep.
I already know. You don't have to say any more. I already know.
Bum bum.
Don't.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
They would sell that IP to Fortnite. They would.
Yep.
So
Gragu too.
I'm just gonna mention, like, a lot of people have been upset at the Kratos introduction of him being in Fortnite. On top of the fact that he does a very un-Kratos like dance.
Well,
Those two things have been a big deal. And the thing is it was okayed. Kratos, his IP was sold to Fortnite. They are allowed to use Kratos. So I'm afraid that the people you love who creates Kratos and makes his character as, you know, rugged and rough and, you know, angry as he is and crushes princesses under gates, he was sold to them by them. Like, Fortnite is allowed to do what they're doing because they were allowed to use his IP.
Yeah, the people who make God of War, like
They agreed to this. They accepted the money gladly, pocketed it, and then said, "Do whatever the hell you want with Kratos."
And personally, in my opinion, who cares? It's
Personally,
Fortnite.
I do not care. I find it very funny because I think it's very funny to see. When I think of Kratos, I think of mid 2000s Kratos with his little soul patch and his angriness, and he's so angry and he's killing everyone and he's killing people. He just doesn't care. He just kills and he has sex with everyone and he kills some more. So seeing Kratos doing what he's doing, like his little, I mean, you probably know the name of the dance. I don't.
Well, the thing is it's just a Fortnite skin, so you can do anything you want. And,
Okay.
and yeah, so it's just a skin. So he can do all the dances.
I'm gonna
been
say
made.
again, I don't play Fortnite, so this is all just I'm just seeing this and witnessing this.
Basically, they added a bunch of TikTok dances.
Okay.
To Fortnite.
It's very amusing.
You can see Kratos doing the renegade.
I find it very amusing. I take no offense to it. The only thing I would say is that they were sold. I mean, they asked for Kratos, or they were even sold it. I don't know. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but this isn't sneaky.
Yeah, I follow a few people.
Fortnite is doing this with full permission.
Yeah.
So don't be angry at Fortnite. Don't be angry at even.
Sony Santa Monica.
Don't be angry, like, because it's full permission.
It's a game. It's supposed to be fun. Who cares?
It's Fortnite. Who gives a flying shit?
Yeah.
It's Fortnite. It's like it's the kids' cocaine. Let it happen.
Yep.
Just let it happen.
And I was talking to another friend, like, we wished Fortnite would have existed when we were kids. Dude, I would have been hooked on it.
Dude, if I played Fortnite as a kid, I mean, I played Halo like it was my blood. If I played Fortnite, I would be into it.
Yeah, especially
Fortnite's fun. I mean, it's a
cool.
fun little game. I'm just
They
busy. I don't have enough time to get good at these games. I don't.
that's the thing with me is
I'm too busy trying not to fall off ladders at work and get skewered by saws. Like, I don't have time for Fortnite all the time.
But think all your building skills from real life could be transferred to the Fortnite building. You'd be the best builder there.
I'm a dumb like blue collar adult. I'm trying to do these building skills in Fortnite, and I'm just like, what am I doing?
You could be the foreman. You can be like, that's not quite right there.
That's not quite right, and then my head gets blown up by a sniper. Yeah.
So I didn't expect this to turn to a Fortnite cast, but where were we on this?
We were talking about Kratos and Fortnite and Goofy stuff.
Oh, we were talking about Game Awards.
Yes. Yes.
Anyways, that about wraps up for Game Awards.
Let's just do a sharp turn and go into our trivia mode, dude.
Yeah, so for the last half of this, we just want to have some fun because, again, like I said, there's not much news or we're not playing much.
And we'll quickly say top three games we think are going to win.
Yep.
Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and of course The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, I will be incredibly surprised if those aren't the top three.
If The Last of Us 2 doesn't win, I will be incredibly surprised. I fully expect those to be the top three, and I fully expect Last of Us 2 to win. If not, we'll see. Who knows? I think it's going to win.
And we'll have the answers next episode. All right, Ben.
So who wants to go first? Do you want to hit me first, or
I'm gonna hit you first because I think it makes more sense.
Okay, dude.
So we have decided to pick out a trivia topic for each other.
If we had a jingle, this would be the time for the jingle to happen. Just FYI.
You want to just make one up really quick?
The only one I can think of is like House Hunters, like beat up. I don't know.
House Hunter.
I'm sorry. I my mind is polluted.
Yeah, okay, let's give up on the jingle. Okay, so I decided to I picked 20 of them. They are video game consoles. I'm going to list the name of the console.
Okay.
And you have to tell me the date it was released.
Oh.
In the US, at least.
Okay, US release date. Okay.
A lot of these like released earlier in Japan or whatever.
Yeah, but yeah. Okay, cool.
So
yeah, that sounds good.
I got like 20 of them. So I'll go down the list.
Confident.
At the end of it, I'll tell you which ones you got right. And
Ruh-roh.
So what do you have set for me?
Okay. My list is kind of similar actually, so that's kind of cool. I picked a lot of titles that you are familiar with, video game titles.
Oh jeez.
And you have to tell me when they were released.
Oh god.
And it can be anything from classic or more modern. So we'll see what you do.
Oh gosh. Well, what's going to be interesting is one, I'm really, really bad at dates, so we're gonna see what happens here. But
I can't remember my own name to save my life, so don't feel bad.
I think what's gonna help though is that by researching this, we're gonna be able to. It's gonna help.
Okay.
Because at the end of this, I'm gonna tell you the right answers, and then by researching those games, you probably have a time frame of when the console may have came out. So
that is actually a very fair point, Garrett.
Yeah.
I am kind of cheating in a way, and you might also be doing the same as well.
I mean, this is gonna help me.
I was not fully aware that you were doing dates, so now that we are both doing date trivia, this is gonna be good. So let's see what happens. So Go ahead, shoot.
Let's see here. So I'm going to start off with the oldest I have on my list, and up until the newest.
Okay.
So right off the bat, you can at least know. Like
mine is a scramble, so don't think you're gonna get the same treatment.
Oh, okay, I'm not gonna do it that way then.
Oh,
okay.
goddamn! No, do it that way.
Nope. All right.
Okay, what have I done?
Let's see here. Let's start off with the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
This is the original. Yes.
Well, the original would be the NES. This is
NES.
the SNES.
So this would be 1991.
1991.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's do the original NES.
1988.
Okay.
Those are both wrong. I know that fully, but I was not a Nintendo guy. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's do the Atari 7800.
The 7800. God, that's got to be 1978.
1978.
I'm pretty sure Atari numbered their systems by the years they were released. I could be wrong on that.
Interesting.
I
Didn't even think about that.
could be wrong. I could be wrong about that though.
Okay, let's do the PS1.
The PS1 was 1990. Ooh.
No, you have to think about this one.
It came out after the N64. It was 1998.
1998?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do the Sega Genesis.
The Genesis was 1996.
1996. Okay.
I might have had too much of that beer.
Your mind's swinging. Okay, let's do the Nintendo Switch.
Oh damn, dude. The Nintendo Switch was 2000. Oh damn it. 2016.
2016?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like confusing myself with my list. I should have done this a different way. It'll work out. Okay. Let me just underline them so I make sure it's the right one. Okay. Let's go back in time. Sega Master System.
What the hell? Sega, was that a handheld?
No.
Sega Master System, was that one of their like weird offshoots that never took off?
Like all of them?
I'm sorry guys. 1992, I'll say.
1992?
Yeah.
Okay. Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast was 2001.
2001. Okay. N64.
1996.
1996. That was very confident of you.
I know the N64.
We'll see about that.
No.
Sega Saturn.
No, wait.
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna take that back. No, the N64 was 1995.
Okay, Sega Saturn.
Sega Saturn was the disc Sega,
Yep.
and that was 19. Oh Jesus Christ.
This is hard.
I'm gonna say 1997.
1997.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had a neighbor who had the Sega Saturn, and that was it. That was my only exposure to it.
Let's do the Commodore 64 game system.
Dude, this one I have no idea. Okay, the Commodore.
It has 64 in it, so it's a hint.
It's a 65. I'm gonna say 19. I've never even seen one of those in person. Maybe I saw them at the video game store. 1997.
97.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know.
That's okay. It's okay. We're all just playing a game here.
Just you wait, you little shit. Just you wait.
I'm gonna butcher the other one.
Just you wait.
Okay. This is gonna be a lot easier now. I didn't mix them up that much. Let's do PS2.
PS2 was 2000. 2000.
2000.
No, 2001. No, 2000. 2000.
Okay. Xbox 360.
2005.
Okay. Original Xbox.
2001.
Damn. Fast answers. Okay. GameCube.
2001. Yes, 2001.
Okay. The original Wii.
Oh god, I never played that goddamn console. 2006.
Okay.
I think it was mid 2000s. A bunch of soccer moms wanted to get healthy.
Okay. How about the Wii U?
Oh god,
You definitely didn't play that one. I don't think anyone did.
I'm gonna say 2009, maybe 2010. It's just one of those. I'll say 2009.
2009. Okay.
What the hell? I thought this was supposed to be like something. God damn
What?
it, Garrett. Go on.
Okay. PS3.
2009.
2009.
Yeah, because it came out. Yeah, it was out a couple of years before Skyrim came out. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do PS4.
The PS4 was 2015.
2015.
Yeah, god damn it. Yes, 2015. Let's say that.
Okay. How about, and this is the last one, the Xbox One.
The original Xbox?
Just the Xbox One.
Oh, the one that the X-Bone?
The X-Bone, yeah, sorry.
God damn it, dude. These are too modern. 2016? 2014? 15? One of those mid 2010s?
Yeah, mid 2010. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's it. Are you ready to get your results?
No. Please do.
All right. Let's start from the top.
Do you want me to do mine first so we can do the results at the same time?
Ooh.
That might be a little more like juicy and thick cut.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
Oh, God, this is gonna be bad.
All right. Okay. So
we get to look at our lists. You know what? No, that's not fair.
What would you? Oh no. Yeah. If my list is gonna help you,
let me memorize really quick.
I didn't look at mine at all. So if you do that, you little shit, like don't.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Of course, you just memorized it with your like photographic memory. I saw your eyes blinking like a shutter. Okay. So my list is video games and the years they came out. And when I refer to a game that has been remade, I'm referring to the original release date, not the remake date.
Okay.
These are games that you have played. I'm like at least 90-something% sure that you have played them. If not from memory, if not from what I've heard. Okay.
This is going to be so bad.
So, let me pick a random one off the list since you decided to jumble yours up.
Okay.
Majesty.
Ooh.
When did the game Majesty come out?
Come on, you don't even know that.
I do actually know that.
Well, yeah, now you do. Okay. So... Okay.
We both love this game. You gave me a copy of it.
I'm going to say... Ooh, okay, so I met you in 2004...
Your Majesty, the building has been updated.
2000.
Okay, 2000. Okay, let's jump a little bit. When was the first Mario game released?
Like Super Mario?
The first one.
Ooh.
When was it released? This was the beginning of an era.
Oh god, I really want to look at my list right now.
Don't.
I'm really bad at early games.
Don't.
86.
Okay. If 86 is your final answer.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's do some more... Let's do something a little more on terms. I'm just going to go off the wall, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
When was Toontown released?
Oh my god.
Disney's online game.
Ooh.
When was that released? Because I know you played it.
2002.
Okay, 2002. Okay, this is harkening back to what we just spoke about, actually.
Okay.
God of War. When was the first God of War released?
Ooh, God of War. Okay, so that would have been PS2 for sure.
Would it?
Yeah, I think.
Do you?
Okay, now you're just trying to mess with me. Okay, I'm gonna say 2003.
Okay, 2003. I'm sure that's a nice number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about this? This is some classic stuff.
Okay.
This goes back in time.
Okay.
Let's talk about Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls?
When was the very first Elder Scrolls game released? Elder Scrolls Arena.
Arena?
Yes.
Oh god.
You
before I was born, probably.
I mean, I can give you a hint.
I'm gonna say 94.
Okay.
That seems fair because I know it's a PC game.
Okay. Let's keep going with that.
Okay.
When was Daggerfall released?
Daggerfall 96.
Okay. Morrowind.
Okay, I can definitely get this one.
Can you?
Okay. 2000 and... Oh, man. I'm trying to think. Did it exist before I met you, or was it...
Don't think about Space Odyssey.
Oh... 2004.
Okay, 2004.
Yep.
I'm sure those graphics exist in 2004.
Oh, my God.
When did Oblivion come out?
Okay.
Think about 2004 and Oblivion.
Okay. Don't mess with me like this. Because I know Oblivion didn't come out until after I'd known you for a while. It had to be in 2006. 2006.
2 years between those graphics, okay.
That's totally wrong. Yeah.
And if you hear the crinkle of paper, it's because I'm using a piece of paper.
So you get a little ASMR.
I'm sorry, but I use paper.
I had a fancy little notebook and a pen, so.
So I'm the little popper in the background. Okay, we're gonna finish off this with Skyrim. When did Skyrim come out?
I should know this.
You should definitely know this. I referred to this release date.
2011.
Good.
2011. Because I remember it was released on 11/11/11.
Good boy.
Okay.
Good boy.
That's at least one right.
Okay. Now.
Okay.
This is something that harkens to you, Garrett, specifically.
Okay.
When did the first DDR come out?
Ooh,
When was that first available to be stomped upon and danced upon?
that's mean.
Come on, boy.
Early.
Early.
Let's go with. I'm gonna say before 2000.
Are you sure? Are you sure Y2K hadn't happened yet?
I think so. I'm gonna say 98.
Okay.
To all my DDR fans, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I don't follow DDR lore.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
How about another one? Let's do. You liked this game.
Uh huh.
Last of Us.
Last
When
of
did
Us.
Last of Us first come out?
Okay. Okay. So it's 2020. It came out now.
This one should have helped me answer your question.
So it was at the end of the PS3 era because they made a remaster for the PS4.
Did they?
They did. And the PS4 came out.
When?
I'm gonna say 2012. 2012.
Okay. When did Diablo come out? The original Diablo.
Diablo. Stay a while and listen.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Stop clicking that. Is that what he said when you did the cow?
No. Is that what happened? Yeah.
You click
and
it
then the
enough
second
times.
game you go to the cow like dimension.
Dimension. I love that cow thing. Okay, so this one I know I can get at least close.
You better, dude.
I mean, I might not. So my friend showed it to me in 2001, I believe. So I'm gonna say 2000.
Okay. So that's a very fair answer.
Yes.
The original BioShock.
Ooh, original BioShock. Okay. This was on 360, I believe.
Correct.
So, and it was pretty early because I remember it was a game you had that we played at your house. Okay, so
Early. Okay.
Xbox 360. I'm gonna say
Do.
Ratatouille. Okay. Rudette. Okay. 2006.
Okay. That was a good guess. All right, dude. So now that we're in the 2000s, how about Halo? When did Halo Combat Evolved release?
Okay, original Xbox. So now my problem is I don't know if it was a launch title for Xbox. I feel like it almost had to be because they needed something to sell that box.
It was a spicy title. Everyone was blown away by it.
I'm gonna say 2002.
And when was Halo 2 released?
Okay. Okay, that was also on
These are ones we both looked out for and played.
Yeah, okay, so
on launch day.
This was also on Xbox original because it wasn't on the 360 yet. So this would have had to been 2004.
And last but not least, our favorite Halo title, Halo 3.
Halo 3. This is the last game.
This is not the last game.
Oh.
Do not think that. This is the last of the Halo games.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm not going to go any further than that. Who cares?
True. 2007.
Okay.
I'm almost confident about that one.
Confident little lad.
It just feels right.
Now we're going to go back to Bethesda. When did Fallout 3 come out? The resurrection of the Fallout series.
Fallout 3. Okay.
That was a big deal.
So that would have been after Oblivion.
It was Oblivion with guns.
It was Oblivion with guns. I think it came out like 2 years afterwards. I can't even remember what I said for... Oh, you didn't even ask me about Oblivion. So, okay, I gotta think about...
I did ask you about Oblivion.
You did. Okay, I'm already having memory loss. And 2008. That was a very dissatisfied look. You can't see it, but he looked disappointed.
And when did Fallout New Vegas come out? Obsidian's attempt at Fallout.
Oh, I'm totally wrong at this then. Shoot, that one's probably close.
Fallout New Vegas was a big deal.
2009. That one's probably more right than the other one.
Sure it is. Okay. How about we jump back to Nintendo?
Okay.
When did Mario 64 come out?
Mario 64? Oh, shoot. Okay, think to my list.
Dude, do you have to think?
I do. Was it a launch title?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I mean, I do know, but I don't know.
1996.
Bitch. How about this? Crash Bandicoot.
Ooh,
What was the first Crash Bandicoot?
Okay, so that would have definitely been early PS1. So let's go with 1995.
Okay. All right. So,
How many more do I have?
since we're in the 90s,
Oh God. Okay.
Doom original.
Original Doom.
The first Doom to blow the system apart.
I'll say 91. 1991.
You would. Okay. Now let's do something more obscure again.
Okay.
Let's go to the more obscure side. And I'm not sure if you'll get this, but we played a lot of it.
Okay.
Tibia.
Ooh, Tibia.
Brazil's favorite online game.
Whew. And Russia.
When did Tibia release officially?
You know what? I want to say... Ooh, it had to be early. So it's probably close to 2000. Because it definitely existed before we started playing it.
But you have to keep those graphics in mind, dude. Don't get too excited.
I'm going to say 98.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 98.
It's definitely got to be before 2000, but not too early.
Okay. Let's take a quick jump back to Nintendo.
Okay.
Super Smash Brothers, the first one.
On 64.
When was the first Super Smash released?
I'm going to go with 98. 98.
98.
It's either 98 or 99 because they needed characters to put in it.
That's an interesting number. Okay. Super Smash Melee. That's one we played a lot of, especially you and I.
So that's GameCube. Let's do 2003.
2003. Wow.
Because I feel like a Smash game has to be like a couple years into the system.
2003. Okay.
Oh my God.
It's very interesting. Okay, now we'll go to kind of a little crown moment here.
How many are on here?
There's
Okay.
Don't worry.
I know.
World of Warcraft Online, the big MMO,
The original one.
the original World of Warcraft. Remember, we played that when it first came out.
2004.
All right. Last but not least, there are going to be some two that you better get.
Oh God.
If you do not get these,
I'm gonna get them wrong.
RuneScape Old School. The old schooliest classic RuneScape.
This is the most classic, right?
This is the most classic RuneScape.
Okay.
And I confirmed the dates, so my dates are correct. So don't think yours are more correct.
Oh man. Okay. I started playing in 2001, and I think it was because it was called something else before it was called RuneScape. So this is officially RuneScape, right? When it
I'm not speaking like betas here, but I'm
Okay.
speaking like when you like this would be the official release date of that particular title, which is the RuneScape Classic, not
2001.
okay. RuneScape 2,
Ooh, RuneScape
which is
2.
now RuneScape Classic, by the way, guys.
So that's 07 Scape, but 07 was the peak of it.
07 was the peak.
07 was the peak. So
Don't confuse yourself.
I'm gonna say 2005.
Okay, 05. All right, dude.
Wait.
No.
I can't change my answer.
I think that's okay.
No, I want to change my answer.
What do you want to change it to? If you want to change it to something else, I won't let you.
Okay.
I tried to change my answer too, and I doubt you changed
Okay.
it. So,
My final guess is 2004 on that one.
well, it's 2005.
Oh, so I got it right. Okay, good.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
All right. So let's go ahead. I'll let you go first.
Okay, thank you for bearing with that, people. That was oh my God. You're probably at home thinking like, oh my, he doesn't know that. Everyone's probably screaming on the other side of this right now. Okay, so I'll go down my list. I will say the right answer, and then I'll say what you answered. So I'll start with the oldest console and the newest one. So for the Atari 7800, you guessed the real answer is 1986.
Oh, 86. Oh.
You guessed 78.
Okay.
So a little early. I was looking at the list. There's a lot of Ataris.
Yeah, dude. Why the hell were you asking Atari?
I had to throw a hard one in there.
Like as if I was born there. I was born in 1984.
Nintendo Entertainment System, 1985. You said 88. Not bad. Sega Master System, 1986. You said...
damn. That was like a first Sega.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like the first one.
That was OG Sega.
Yeah, you said 92.
Okay.
Commodore 64 Game System, you said 97.
Well, that's like 85 too.
It's 90.
It's 90.
1990.
It would.
Sega Genesis, 1988. You said 96.
Genesis was 98? Okay.
I guess so.
Oh, man.
Which is interesting Because, like you said, it was a disc
It
based.
was a disc console.
And
Yeah.
the first disc thing I can think of is PS1.
Yeah.
But there had to have been ones before PS1.
I know. I guessed the PS1 wrong too.
Yeah, a little late. Super Nintendo.
PS1 was 96. I said 98, didn't I?
Nope. You said 98, but it wasn't 96.
Wasn't it 90? It was 95.
Super Nintendo Entertainment System, 1991. You said 1991.
Okay.
So, ching, you got, that's one right. Sega Saturn, you said, or sorry, I'm doing this in the wrong order.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. 1994 is the official one. You said 1997. So only a couple years off. That was actually a good guess. PlayStation 1, 1994. You said 98.
PlayStation 1 came out in 94?
Yeah. And the only reason I know that is because I was born in 94. So I'm just like, PS1 and me. So
I don't even know that. I just remember Crash Bandicoot came in 96.
Oh, what I to be continued.
Yeah.
I think I said 95.
No.
Damn it.
Cool.
Nintendo 64. You guessed 1996.
I said 95. I corrected it to 95.
The correct answer is 1996.
It's 96?
It is, yep.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
job.
Good.
It may have been 95 in Japan, to be fair.
Maybe.
Dreamcast, 1999. You said 2001.
Did I?
Yep.
Oh.
That's pretty close. I mean, it's better than I would have done.
Nah.
PlayStation 2, 2000. You said 2000.
Good.
GameCube, 2001. You said 2001. Xbox, you said 2001. It's 2001.
Good. These are all ones I got at launch date, so I should know these.
You knew these
I should know
confidently. Yeah, I was like, dang. Okay, 360, Xbox 360, 2005. You got that one for sure. PS3. It was actually 2006.
PS3 was 2006?
Because remember, the PS3 came out shortly after the 360.
Yeah, yeah, but I didn't think it came out that short. That long. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you, 2006. You said 2009. Rip.
Ah.
Trust me, I'm way off on some of mine.
Ah.
Nintendo Wii, 2006. You were right, 2006.
Okay.
Wii U is actually 2012. So it was the Wii had a 6-year lifespan.
Who gives a shit about the Wii U?
True. You said 2000.
That was a complete
Nine.
that
That was fair because typically with Nintendo it's like 3 years and you get a new system.
Yeah, whatever.
PS4, you guessed 2015. It was 2013 actually.
13. Okay.
Yeah. Xbox, the Xbone, the Xbox One X.
2014.
Or sorry, not X. Dude, I'm so confused. The Xbox One. Just the Xbox One.
Microsoft, please name your things more coherently.
Seriously,
please,
it is
for
so-
God's sakes.
Oh my god.
So what? 2013.
2013. Yep.
Okay.
Same as PS4. And then Nintendo Switch. You guys 2016. It was actually 2017.
17.
Yeah. So let's see here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So 7 out of 20.
Ouch.
Woo!
It's less than half. Ouch. I'm gonna go to the gallows later.
I know. Video game, we just lost all our credibility right here. Okay. Tell me the truth. How'd I do?
I didn't count your tally up yet. My list isn't as nice as yours. I'm sorry.
That's
I had
fine.
a pencil. So Doom original. Mm-hmm. You said 91. It is 93.
Oh, okay.
Crash came out in 96. You said 95.
I knew it had to be at least a year or two after the release date, because they, Okay.
DDR, I apparently didn't write down what your number was, but it was not right. No, I did. Actually, I'm sorry, I did.
I said 98.
You said 98 and it was right, yes.
It was 98?
Yes.
Yes.
I-
Okay.
I couldn't see my mark there. Mario, you said 86. It is 85.
Oh, man, I was close.
Only a year off. Only a year off.
Okay. Because the Nintendo Entertainment System came out 85. Of
Yep.
course it was a launch title.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And Mario 64? Mm-hmm. You said 96? It is 96.
Yes, okay.
That was a launch title.
It was, okay.
So you got those two right. Good boy.
Nice.
Or no, you didn't get those two right. You got that one right. Halo.
How bad did I butcher this one?
Halo Combat Evolved came out in 2001. It was almost a launch title. You said 02.
Ooh, okay.
So you were a year off. I mean,
Okay.
again, it's a very close year, but
I just can't remember what are launch titles. Because the thing is like a lot of consoles launch in the fall. So it's like there's that 2 or 3 month gap before the next year. It's like, okay, are they releasing in that that launch
As
window.
opposed to Combat Evolved, you said 2004 for Halo 2. 2004 was indeed the date it released. So you did that one correctly.
Okay.
2007 was indeed the day Halo 3 released.
Man, okay.
Not the day, the year.
I did
and
good.
Indeed, you got that correct.
Yes. Okay.
So those are all good.
My Halo.
Bioshock 2, on the other hand.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, Bioshock 2. Ew. Bioshock 1. OG Bioshock. You said 2006. It is 2007.
Ah. Man.
Fallout 3, you got correctly. Fallout 3 came out in 2008, and you said 2008.
Nice. Okay.
That was when they revived it. Fallout New Vegas, on the other hand, I believe you said...
I think I said 2009.
You said 2009. It's 2010, yeah.
Ah, okay. Because I was thinking, because Skyrim was 2011, I'm like, was New Vegas that soon before Skyrim? But I guess they were just... Oh, I shouldn't have thought that because it wasn't made by Bethesda. So it's not like they were making it.
So Toontown, we're jumping to some online games now.
Okay.
Toontown, you said 2002. It was 2003.
Oh.
So Toontown was 2003.
Okay.
Tibia... I can't read my writing. I need a pencil. I need to get a pen next time. You had said 98. It was 97.
Wow. That's old, man.
That's old. That's why the game looks the way it does.
Jeez.
God of War, you had said 2003. It is 2005.
Oh, well, interesting.
That was the first God of War. Last of Us, you had said 2012. It is 2013.
Man.
It came out at the end of it. You were correct.
The literal very end.
The original Diablo, you had said 2000.
Uh-huh.
It is 1997.
Wow. So it had been out.
Yep.
Jeez, my friend Colson, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but you were late to the game. Showing me in
But
2001.
that dude, when I first played that game, it was old too.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Diablo was a great title.
You know what's a funny story about that one is he had like illegally got that disc. Like I don't know how this stuff worked back then, but the cover on the disc, it was like a printed cover on the disc.
You gave me an illegal disc as well.
Did I?
Yes, I bought a legitimate copy later, but originally you had given me the illegal
That
title.
is the one that Colson gave me. So
Yep.
like it has been passed on through generations.
Majesty, you got correct. It was 2000.
Yes. Okay.
Let's see what else we got. We
Damn,
got
I did good.
Super Smash Brothers. Super Smash Brothers released in 1999. You said 1998.
Rip.
Yeah. Super Smash Brothers Melee.
How bad?
You said 2003. It released 2001, the same year.
Wow.
They had a lot of characters at that point.
I guess you're right. What was I thinking? Yeah. That was like one of the main reasons to buy a GameCube.
So, RuneScape Original, where you're just going to get ones that are near and dear. RuneScape Original, 2001.
Yeah.
You said 2001.
Okay, good.
So you got that one.
I was a little worried because I'm like, it could be 2000 if we're talking
RuneScape
about...
2, on the other hand, which you played more of.
Yeah.
We played more of.
2003, right?
You're still wrong. 2004. You said 2005.
Oh, 2004. Because I was thinking, because again, I keep thinking, I became friends with you in 2004. So I was like...
It was the year of. Yeah.
That's why it was such a big hype. Is like I was showing you, I'm like, oh my god, look at this new
big
game.
hype. It was a big
huge.
hype.
Okay.
World of Warcraft, 2004?
Yep.
2004.
Good.
You got that correct. Now we're going to go into the Elder Scrolls element.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry.
Arena,
How old?
1994. You got that.
Wow, okay.
You got that correct. Daggerfall? Correct. 1996.
Jeez.
You got that correct. You guessed those spot, and I was actually shocked. Those were supposed to catch you, and you got them.
I use my little brain sometimes.
Morrowind, on the other hand. I'm sorry.
He's holding a knife to me right now if you can't see.
There are
shame.
2 years between Morrowind and Oblivion?
Yes.
Morrowind came out in 2002, not 2004.
The only reason I thought that is because, like, you got into it after I met you, so I'm like, okay, this must have been sitting on a Blockbuster shelf for a very long time for us to, like... Because I discovered it in, like, 2005, I think.
Oblivion, correct.
Okay.
2006. Because that was
shortly after the launch of the
very
360.
original title.
Yeah.
And then Skyrim, of course, 2011, as we all are fondly aware of. Let's see. I think that was it, dude. I think you did a lot better than I did.
I did pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy.
So let's tally up your score.
I got to admit though, yours list was easier because these were all games that I've mostly played, so I'm able to think back to it. You probably own half of these, you know? Like anything before N64. Did you own anything before the 64?
I never owned any of the earlier consoles. My neighbors had them.
Oh, okay. What was your very first one?
My first console I owned technically was the PS2, and then I got a 64 shortly after that.
Gotcha.
Very shortly after that.
What's amazing to me is I totally forget that the N64 was 1996 and the PlayStation 1 was 94. Mm-hmm. Because the big thing was like
it was the disc.
The disc versus cartridge. And so like people were like, cartridge?
When I first bought Resident Evil 2, there was a big thing. Is it worth getting the 2 discs for the PS1?
Yeah.
Or is it worth getting the 1 cartridge for the N64? Guess what I got? The N64.
Yeah.
I got the 1 cartridge. And it was very debatable because like, oh, it has lesser sound quality. Oh, it has like the sprites aren't as clear and crisp as well. It's better. It's fine. I'm not saying it's better actually. It's fine. It's the same thing. It's the same game. It's just on 1 cartridge instead of 2 fucking discs.
I kind of feel like, I kind of like the 2 disc system. Whenever I bought a game that had 2 discs, I was like, ooh, this is a big game. And it was, I mean, I think Star Ocean was like that, right? It had 2 discs.
Yes, it did.
And I remember you get to the point where it's like, please insert disc 2. I remember that was really, what's funny is the majority of the game was on disc 1. And then you put disc 2 in, and it was like the last 20% of it, if I remember correctly. That was, man, I just loved that whole system.
So you got 11 out of...
Ooh, the suspense is killing me. 11 is better than 7. That's all I know.
Out of 23.
Ooh.
So not bad.
I thought I did better than that. But I'll take it. So 11 out of 23, 7 out of 23.
So I did a lot of multiple titles too.
You
know,
did.
Like I did a lot of, multiple ones as well. You aced most of the Elder Scrolls. You completely flubbed the Super Smash Brothers.
Yikes.
You did really good on the Halo one, except for the original title. Mm-hmm. I mean, honestly, you did really good on most of them, except for RuneScape. I'm kind of surprised about that.
I got RuneScape right. Oh, not RuneScape 2.
No.
Yeah, rip. I just couldn't believe
you got DDR right. That was a shot in the dark. That had to have been a shot in the dark.
So the way I thought about it was how old I was when I first played it.
Because when you first played it, it was like mid-2000s.
So let's see. I'm looking at my list here. It would have been on the PS2, so that's 2000.
Yes,
and I knew I got the mat.
That weird little matty thing.
So that would have been like 2001 or it was probably 2002 or 3.
Probably 2002 or 3, yeah.
When I got Supernova.
I think it was even after I met you, so it probably wasn't even until then.
Yeah, and so I just went backwards because I'm like, well, this was originally in an arcade.
Yeah.
So arcade equals 90s or earlier. So yeah, I just went with 98.
Yeah, no, I mean,
cool.
You did good. That's why I picked titles that you had played because I wanted you to have a chance.
Yeah.
Unlike someone who picks the Atari and the Commodore and the Sega Master System.
I'll tell you right now, if you would have done my list to me, I would have gotten like 3 out of 20. I'm dead serious. I would have even got all the ones wrong that I own.
So as it stands right now, Garrett makes mean lists and I make fair lists. So we'll see next time. Next time we do a trivia,
yes,
who does the fairer list?
I thought this was pretty fun, actually. We should maybe...
I enjoy the hell out of that. I love trivia. So
yeah, maybe we might enter a little, maybe not as long, but a smaller segment each week or something like that. Or maybe once a month we can do something like this.
And unless there's better options, if someone wants to suggest something, who knows?
We'll see.
If people dare suggest.
If you dare suggest, we would love to do pretty much anything you'd like us.
Yes.
To, well, not that much.
we have zero qualms. So anything goes.
Well, if you want to reach us, there are multiple ways you can do that because we're on social media. We're on YouTube.
Is this the outro? Are we outroing right now?
Yeah, we're outroing.
Okay,
right
let's
now.
outro, dude.
Let's do it.
So social media.
So you got Twitter and Instagram for that. That's at pod out of mana, POD out of mana. We're on YouTube.
Yes, we are.
You can just search us out of mana. Let's see here. We're on Twitch as well.
Yes.
That's out of mana plays.
And we also do emails. So if you want to send us a missive, we are podoutofmana@gmail.com.
And shout out to our friend Carmen that did send us an email.
We did get an email from Carmen. She is one of our favorite people in the world, and I will always think of you, Carmen. Thank you.
She commented on our YouTube video,
She
too.
also commented very nicely. It was a very, very nice comment.
It was a fun email. We appreciate that, Carmen. Like, when we got that email notification, we were sitting next to each other, and, like, it popped on our phone. I'm like, oh, my God. Like,
I was like, oh, Carmen commented. And he's like, Carmen. I was like, Carmen. Yeah, we were stoked.
So that was a lot of fun. So you can make our day too by reaching out to us and giving us suggestions. Admittedly, we are trying to be more active on social media.
Yes, indeed.
It is a learning curve,
And we also do Twitch streams.
yeah. So I'm trying
Garrett mostly. I mean, he's quite heavy on that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the best game to do it on because again, I was still so upset about the Kingdom Hearts thing. I'm like, all the songs that people want to listen to are just gonna get blocked out. I'm like, do you really want to watch me?
That was a bummer.
Like slaying innocent people in villages and actually that might be kind of fun. It is.
I want to see the monks. I want to see the monk go, woo!
Well, unfortunately, it's one of those systems where you kill a civilian, it's like you're gonna get desynchronized. You're gonna get kicked out of the animus.
Wait, is it? I mean, because you could kill like maybe 3 or 4 citizens before you got desynchronized in earlier games.
Yeah, if you kill one of them, it gets angry at you. So maybe 2 or 3. I'll let you know the limit next time.
Because it was fun in the original games. You could push people into the market stalls, and the market stall would collapse and kill all of them. And technically, you weren't responsible because technically they fell into it and did it to themselves. That was my favorite thing to do.
And you could assassinate the civilians too, right?
You could.
I'm pretty sure.
You could probably assassinate 2 or 3 of them before it desynchronize you. But market stall was by far the best way. You would get like 3 or 4 of them in a go, and then you could just like mass push into stalls.
And man, the assassinations felt so good in that one. You were like blending,
and then you would like release them.
You would release them. You would like hold them and release them.
And they would like fold to the ground like laundry.
Now it's all aggressive. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's a fun tool to use in Valhalla, but I'm at the point where I'm literally dual wielding 2-hand swords. So I've got like a giant 2-hand axe in one hand and a giant like broadsword in the other one.
Jeez, World of Warcraft.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, oh my god, this is like when World of Warcraft released dual wield 2-hand swords.
When you got like dual wield for your tank.
Yeah, that was so much fun,
dude.
Anyways, this is supposed to be an outro, so thank you so much for listening. I hope you had fun.
We appreciate all you listeners, and we would love to hear from you. And if not, tune in next week.
We hope you filled up your mana. We'll catch you next week.